Dropping gems from Keisha Christian. She's on a mission, sharing information, knowledge for soul, body and mind. Dropping gems, KeishaGems.com, KeishaGems.com.
Welcome to Dropping Gems. I'm your host and holistic health and wellness educator, Keisha Christian. Today on Dropping Gems, I will be leading you through a guided self-affirming meditation. We will also be dropping gems in the kitchen where we will be learning how to make plant-based scrambled eggs. My guest on today's show will be children's author Susan Agobia. I'll also be announcing the winner of our Roku giveaway. So excited. So I want you to grab a healthy snack or beverage because we will be right back. You are watching Dropping Gems. Venice Richards, your pure romance consultant, inspires women to enhance their intimate lives and take care of their sexual health. Book your party today. Visit pureromance.com/Venice Richards or call 631-943-1868 for more information or to place an order. Welcome back to Dropping Gems. I'm your host and holistic health and wellness educator, Keisha Christian. This segment of Meditative Moment is sponsored by Pure Romance by Venice Richards. Check out their truly sexy flirt line. You could place your order at pureromance.com or call 631-943-1868 to place your order. Self-affirming meditations are vital in today's society. Many of us fail to see the power and the greatness that we have within us. I recently celebrated my 20th year as a member of Zeta Phi Beta sorority with my line sisters. As we went around discussing where we were in our lives, I found that many of my sorors downplayed their accomplishments. It brought me to the question as to why do we have such a difficult time seeing our own light? We are bright beyond measure and should affirm that every day upon rising and going to bed at night. Do them in repetition. I encourage you to go back and watch these videos on demand on Rewind Network, Rude Rangers TV, or on my YouTube channel, Just Dropping Gems TV. Now, I want you to place your feet flat on the ground and leave your palms up open on your lap. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. We're going to do this 2 more times. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Last time. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Repeat after me. I am coded for greatness. I am powerful being. I am a conqueror. Defeat is not a part of my story. I am blessed beyond measure despite my circumstances. I am abundance. I am aligned with greatness. I am light. I align myself with the energy of peace and prosperity. Now take a deep breath in through your nose and then out through your mouth. We're going to do that 2 more times. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Last time. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Remember that you send a certain kind of energy out into the universe and you are magnetic. So send that positive energy out. I want you to remember too that you are light and don't be afraid to shine brightly. Thank you so much for watching this segment of Dropping Gems. Peace, blessings, and holistic health to you. Dropping Gems in the Kitchen will be up next. Bedroom Candy by Tanya provides self-love and self-care products that assist with pampering yourself or improving your relationship with your significant other. You can reach Tanya at 917-943-4127 or visit www.bedroomcandy.com/13167 to place an order.
Daily balance, peace, and protection. Release negativity, stress, and anxiety. Express your spirituality and confidence through self-confidence.
For inquiries, for sponsorship, or advertising on this program, email info@KeishaChristian.com for more information.
Welcome to Dropping Gems, an academy for holistic studies. Learn how to treat seasonal allergies and year-long allergies naturally with Keisha Christian. Her courses have helped parents, teachers, naturalists, and therapists reassess the way they handle allergy symptoms. Registration to our class is now open. Reserve your spot today. You can also become a certified holistic studies practitioner with us. Be empowered with knowledge and help us in spreading the positivity with the rest of the world. Visit www.droppinggemsacademy.com or email us at info@KeishaChristian.com.
Welcome back. Dropping Gems is now airing in 3 states: Washington, D.C. on Channel 190, Wilkes-Barre and Scranton, Pennsylvania on Channel 190, and Delaware, Channel 28 on Rewind Network. This segment is sponsored by Dropping Gems Academy for Holistic Studies. To learn more about holistic allergy, seasonal, and year-long allergy relief, visit www.droppinggemsacademy.com. Today, I'll be showing you how to make plant-based scrambled eggs using chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans. First, I would like to give a shout out to my homegirl Sue for this idea. Thank you so much, Sue. Chickpeas are a great form of fiber and can assist with your digestive system to maintain a healthy gut. It's also a rich source of protein, which are consumed by those who eat plant-based diets as an option in replacement of meat. Chickpeas may also assist with lowering LDL cholesterol levels, so this makes an excellent substitute for actual scrambled eggs. So let's begin. So what I have here is chickpea flour. I actually made this chickpea flour myself, but you could purchase chickpea flour at your local grocery store. It's pretty easy to find, but in another episode I'll actually show you how you could make your own flour, which is actually more cost effective. So that's what I have here. I have the chickpea flour. And what I'm going to put in my scrambled eggs, these ingredients are actually optional, and you could put what you usually put in your scrambled eggs. If you just use salt and pepper, that's all you have to add. You don't have to add these extra ingredients, but these are things that I like to use. So one of the things I'm going to be putting in my actual recipe is mushrooms. I'll be using mushrooms, and these are shiitake mushrooms. Shiitake mushrooms are great for the digestive system, as well as it's a low-calorie food. I have red onions here, sweet peppers, so I have orange and red sweet peppers here. I have green seasoning here, and I actually could show you how to make this in another episode as well, but in the green seasoning I have all different sorts of herbs in here as well, and actually it smells so good. I love the smell of this, all the herbs and spices mixed together. You know, one of my staple ingredients that I use in a lot of recipes, what I have here is sea moss. And I have my spices here as well. So in here I have turmeric, I have some I also have some cayenne pepper in here. And those are the ingredients I'm going to be using in my recipes. Now, one of the first things that I do is I put on the mushrooms and the onions first. So I'm going to put a little oil in the pan. I have my frying pan here. So I put about a teaspoon of oil, and my oil of choice I have today is grapeseed oil. So that's the oil I'm going to be using. I like to have a little fat in my recipe, so that's what I'll be using. And to that, I'm going to be adding my onions. I'm going to be adding the mushrooms. I'm also going to be adding the sweet peppers. My sea moss, I put that in there as well. And my green seasoning. Now, a lot of what I'm using right now, these are all optional ingredients. You can make it real simple, but these are things that I like to use when I'm making this plant-based scrambled egg recipe. So these are things I like to use. And when you do this, if you're doing this on the stove, I'm doing this in an electric frying pan, but if you're doing this on the stove, you will put this on a medium heat. So I'm just going to turn up this a bit. And I'll put it on a medium heat, and I'm just going to let this cook. I actually want the onions to caramelize. So I'll mix that around, and I'll just allow this to simmer in here for a bit as I get my dry ingredients together. So I'm just going to cover that up. All right, so the next part of this recipe, what I have here is the chickpea flour. And what I used was a cup of chickpea flour. So if you're using a cup of chickpea flour, you would also use a cup of water. Now, this recipe is actually enough to feed 2 people. But if you want to do more, then you would just add more flour and more water. So it's equal parts. It's equal parts water, equal parts chickpea flour. 1 cup of chickpea flour, and I'm going to use 1 cup of water. So use 1 cup of water. And when I do this, I don't pour all the water in at once. I pour it in gradually. So before I even put in the water, I'm going to add my spices, my seasoning. So as I mentioned in here, I have turmeric, I have cayenne pepper in here, and I also have some pink Himalayan sea salt. I'm just going to mix that around, and I add about a 1/2 cup of water at one time. I'll add a 1/2 cup of water, and then I stir it around. I stir it around. And actually this will get like it'll get like a scrambled egg consistency, as you would see. This is kind of thick right now, so I'm going to add some more water to it. And I have to tell you, the end result is delicious, and it's so healthy for you because you're getting a fiber and you're getting the vitamins and the minerals from what I just put in here, the pink Himalayan sea salt. So this is great. So just stir, and I'm stirring, and you notice I'm using a whisk. I'm using this to actually get rid of any lumps I have in here. And I see my skillet is telling me that it's just about ready. So I think my onion's almost caramelized. So that I'm gonna take a look at. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, my onions are looking good. Everything's cooked down really nicely. And now I can add the chickpea flour to this, the mixture. As you can see, look at that. And it almost does resemble an egg yolk. So I'm just gonna mix this around in here. Until it actually dries up. And I get the consistency of eggs. Now, once it cooks, you cook it, and basically what you want to do, you want to get a lot of the some of the water out. So you want to dry that out until you get like a scrambled egg consistency. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Look at this. Ooh, and I'm gonna taste it. Let me give it a taste. My chickpea scrambled eggs. Fresh out of the pot. I love this. This tastes so good. You have to give this a try. It's so good for you, so good for the gut. This contains minerals. You're getting good source of plethora of vitamins, and also the additional ingredients I put in here. But basically, what you're getting: less cholesterol, because it's also a low calorie food. And this is great for the digestive system, as we mentioned before. So give it a try. Thank you so much for watching this segment of Dropping Gems. We'll be right back. Dropping Gems is a proud partner of Rude Rangers Entertainment. We could be found on Roku, Alexa, or you can download the app on your iOS or Android devices. On today's show, our guest Susan Agobia is a Canadian Ugandan who lives in Ottawa, Canada. Susan has lived in many countries and loves to travel, paint, and write stories. The Little Mouse and the Big Highway is Susan's first children's book. Welcome, Susan, to the show. Hello, welcome Susan Agobia to the show. Susan, I must say it's a pleasure having you on. And I have to tell my audience, I actually ran across Susan on Facebook. She was actually asking others for opinion about her book. And when I saw her book and the illustrations, and as you know, I'm an educator, I just loved it. And it's like, I saw it as a book that I would actually have in my own classroom library if I was still a classroom teacher. So I had to get Susan on. And so we could talk about what made her go into this career path and also talk about her love of writing. So Susan, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.
So I want to know, what actually inspired you to write this book?
I would say just what's going on in the world right now with COVID-19 and how people are really struggling to get used to the new norm of life. I felt like I can only imagine, I don't have children myself, but I can only imagine being a mother and having to deal with having children around you constantly. So I thought, why not? I would like to also use my creativity to help others.
Nice, nice. And can you tell us more about the book? Or do you have a copy of it to show us? Can you tell us more about this book?
Yes, I do. Here's my little book. It's The Little Mouse and the Big Highway. Basically, it's about this little creature, little mouse Zola. He is, I would say, between 6 and 7 years old, and he's stuck in COVID. He's tired. He's done all his homework. And he just wants to have a bit of fun. And surprise, surprise, his friend Miriam has a birthday party, and he wants to go. With the help of his brother, he's able to overcome his fear of the highway. And I also threw a bit of COVID-related instructions like wear a mask, use a sanitizer when you're in public, that I thought would also be a nice teaching addition to the book.
Yes, nice. I like that. And children need to also know, especially now in this time, the times that we are, children don't need to be afraid, but also they have to learn to be cautious and how to take precautions and just to be safe. So I like the way that you brought that across in your book. That was very smart. What did you learn when writing this book? What are some lessons that
It was my first, sure, yes. It was definitely my first book overall and my first children's book. So dealing with illustrations, and also I had to hire, unfortunately, because I don't have the gift of drawing to that extent. So I was able to get outsourced help. But it's definitely working with an illustrator, trying to, over the internet, talk about what I had envisioned and how best to portray it within the book. And then obviously thinking like a child, like how would this child react? How would a child have the scenario? How would they best deal with such a scenario? And sticking outside of my normal adult life was definitely some of the aspects that helped me write this book and have that extra involvement with children.
I like that. And I like the fact that you actually stepped into the shoes of a child. So thinking of how a child thinks. Did you interview any children or anything like that?
Yes, I did talk to a few of my nieces and nephews. I also asked my fiance's friends, their children were also relatively young. I asked them, what would you think? Or I showed them a picture of Zola and asked, what do you think? Does he look like somebody you would like to be friends with? So definitely having input from children is a must when you're writing children's books. It helps a lot.
Yes, I know sometimes we forget. So having that input of the child really, really helps. And I think it was the child in me that that appreciated your book when I went on Amazon and I saw the illustrations, very eye-catching. That's something that I love, and I know children, and I think even adults, we like to look at pictures. So it really like drawed me in, and then it's universal. So I feel as though it could apply to any ethnic background because you're using characters that are animals and not people, which I really liked. What surprised you the most about this book?
Oh, that's a good question. I think what really surprised me is, again, with my illustrator, like I trusted in him that he would get it. I didn't have that one-on-one interaction with him. So just him sending me a sample of how they looked when they came, even just a sketch, how alive they look, that really surprised me. I think I'm going to do a second one because I enjoyed the process so much. And I just really enjoyed seeing it all together in a package. It's a wonderful feeling.
Yes, and I could just imagine when you have an idea and then it's birthed, you know what I mean? And then it starts to all come together. So then for you, this is like, it's sort of like a baby being born, and then you see your baby being born, and then you see how others react to it. So you could watch the extended version of this interview on my YouTube channel at www.droppinggems.com. That's Dropping Gems with a Z. Thank you, Susan, for coming on the show today. I look forward to seeing your future projects and book series. Now, what many of you have been waiting for. I'm so excited to announce the winner of our Roku giveaway. So many of you have entered and showed me your favorite meditative pose, quotes, and inspirational pictures. I'm proud to announce that Tressie Adams is the winner at Tressie Adams on Instagram. Congratulations, Tressie. Enjoy your Roku premiere. And I want to thank you so much for watching Dropping Gems, holistic health, and much abundance to you. See you next week. Peace and blessings to you. Bye.
Dropping gems. from Keisha Christian. She's KeishaGems.com.